of Eddie Saunders ready to get this fight started.
Our next bout is brought to you by Brawl Energy. And introducing first, fighting out of our blue corner with an MMA record of 3 wins and 3 losses, an independent fighter by way of Columbus, Ohio. It's Regal the Lion Reese! And his opponent, fighting out of our red corner with an MMA record of 3 wins and 3 losses, training out of Immortal Gym by way of Columbus, Ohio. It's Ahmad, 2 times Ahmad!
Your third man in the cage, Tony Sigmund, ready to make it official once the cage door closes in the middleweight division on Spectation Sports. And American Fight Promotions on Spectation Sports is brought to you by Kraken Crypto Made Simple. Kraken's tools help you trade smarter. Scan the QR code to begin securely investing in cryptocurrency with Kraken, the trusted platform for smarter investing. Southpaw versus Orthodox to start. Nice little teep from Reese, then he's back to Orthodox. A relatively telegraphed double from Ahmad Ahmad there, and good underhooks from Reese.
Yeah, you can see as these fighters have more fights and how comfortable they are in there.
Reese, the much more muscular fighter in this match. Not that it means anything, but very well conditioned, very good shape, and a good jab to split the guard of 2 times Ahmad. A good front teep and followed by a lead hook.
Dropping his hands a little low. I like to see his hands maybe up a little bit, but he's got a choke here.
He's reacting heavy to the double leg and the shot from Ahmad.
Good sprawl.
But so far he's done a good job of sprawling. If I am Ahmad Ahmad, I've seen his arms drop for double unders very quickly 3 times. I would look to feint the level change and throw a big bomb over top. You have to make Reese respect their hands. You said he was a wrestler.
A really strong wrestler, and showing in there too.
He does a good job keeping Ahmad pinned against the cage. We are 90 seconds into the first round.
I would like to see him get some space and really try to show some striking.
Yeah, he's doing a good job blocking that knee, but he can't win this round while he's on the cage. If you can get a right arm underhook and turn him off the cage, that could help. He does manage to get that underhook, it looks like. Now if he can start circling towards his right like his corner is advising. And again, that's the benefit of having some professional fighters in your corner.
If I'm Reese, my go-to is always using the cage, dropping low, locking your hands, and really getting a good takedown.
Yeah, the feet are off the cage for Ahmad Ahmad. He could get his hips sucked out if he wants. Regal Reese just needs to level change under the hips, or he could just use that right leg and do a quick little outside trip, maybe fall himself into either half guard or potentially full mount. Ahmad, there's 30 seconds left. I need to get off the cage. The optics do not look good if I spend 90 seconds on the cage and the other not getting my shots off.
Yeah, staying real tight, and then now they're loosening it up and getting back into space.
Back to the center. Good slip of that leg kick from Regal Reese. He's looking calm for a wrestler. Not a ton of action on the feet, but he's stabbing that jab here and there. He's throwing that teep at great distance. Yeah. That's the
first round.
End of round number 1. Solid first round between 2 well-experienced amateurs. And we'll look to see what advice both of their corners give them as we make our way into this second round.
Yeah, we got Regal Reese over here by us. Mark Antonelli in his corner. See what advice he gives him.
The Battle of Columbus gyms, sort of. Obviously, Regal Reese fighting independent, but he does have a Ronin professional in his corner and Immortal Martial Arts on the other side. Mark Coleman, Matt Brown leading the charge there.
I've yet to check out Immortal, but that's on my to-do list for this year.
It's a beautiful gym. I've had the opportunity to go down there when Josh Pereira was beginning his professional career at the end of his amateur career and getting some work with him. And they've only added to it. I saw that they put in a grappling pit, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So, very fun things happening there. And just a high-quality gym. You know, there's some level of confidence that you tend to gain from knowing that UFC Bellator vets have gone through it as well.
Definitely.
We'll have our corners making their way out. The cage door will shut, and Tony Sigmund will kick off the second round on Spectation Sports.
Let's see how if they start the second round with the same pace they did in the first.
Nice little glove touch. Good show of respect. And we're back to it. Good jab. I'd like to see him double it, triple it up, maybe put a left hand behind it. Good teeps.
Good pressure.
What he's done very well is keep center of the cage. He is commanding it, and he's putting mark. A good left hand.
Blocked by Ahmad, but still good to throw.
When you're in this southpaw orthodox matchup, you're looking, yes, for that rear power, but also that lead hook.
Good defense on that takedown.
Beautiful double unders. And that's a position that I like to see as well.
No,
you can get
Reese going for his own takedown.
Let's see if he can switch this to a single. I love the double arm bundle from Ahmad Ahmad. If he can get a second underhook with that right arm, he can use that to peel and sneak out the backside. And if I'm Regal, I'm looking to try to cut the corner, maybe take his back if I can. At the very least, pluck that left leg out from the ground.
Yeah, impressive takedown defense from Ahmad.
From both of them. They've both, both guys have wanted to shoot more than on one occasion, and they've both done an outstanding job of defending it. A beautiful whizzer by Ahmad Ahmad, keeping him safe right here.
He's got those double unders, and see if he can really get under him and make a takedown from this.
He does have to watch resting his hips against the cage. He might, if Regal can get under his hips, he might be able to just suck him off. They are in the Tiger Life red corner. And head position is such a good separation. I really like to see strikes off the clinch. Not a lot of guys are prepared, but this pressure from Regal is relentless.
Yeah, relentless pressure. Nothing I wouldn't expect from a wrestler.
And it can be absolutely exhausting to have someone just shoving you against a wall, not necessarily damaging you a ton, but grinding you, holding you, making you work. This is one of the most exhausting positions that we have in MMA.
Yeah, Ahmad getting some good knees in there whenever he gets the chance.
I'd like to see if he could go grab the chin and try to shift around to the other side, but he can't let this body lock happen.
Yeah, it's good to throw some strikes, but you want to keep your position well also.
I like how Regal Reese is closing the distance. I like the control he has. I would like to see him finish these takedowns.
Yeah, but it's another round with one guy against the cage and 20 control on the other side. So
yeah, we have 15 seconds. This has been a round largely controlled by Reese against the cage.
Couple seconds left in our second round.
And a good attempt at a lead hook off the clinch.
I agree with you. I do like the separation strikes. Like, not many people expect it coming off, getting off like that, and it's definitely a good move on Ahmad.
Obviously, one of the more famous examples is Stipe, and I believe Daniel Cormier, if I'm remembering my fights correctly. But I certainly know, sparring at Strong Style myself once, separating from the clinch and throwing a brief shot and having former UFC heavyweight champ Stipe Miocic shout across the room, "Great hook, great separation."
That's definitely a confidence booster right there.
Yeah, and it's something that you like to see from these guys, those intermediate positions between the striking and the ground. How do they react? Do they have those little shots? Are they looking to break you up a little bit, suck a leg out, come back up on top and throw some strikes back to the hips? You want to see them chain things together, especially as they get further on in their amateur careers.
Definitely. Both men not looking too exhausted out there. Still very much in this, and see if Ahmad can this time stay off the cage. I think that's, if he really wants to try to show the judges he deserves this win, I think it's time for him to stay off the cage and make something happen here.
Yeah, he is going to have to really make a statement in this round. He has been held against the cage for the most part on the last 2 rounds, and I would expect Ahmad to come out very hot, or I would hope so.
I would hope his corner would tell him to really come out explosive here. Composed but explosive.
A good left jab by Regal Reese. Ahmad back against the cage. Big
shot from Reese.
Reese is opening up now. I'd like to see those hands go.
Good center control like he's had all fight.
If he can get another flurry like that and get those hands up from Ahmad, I'd like to see him level change under them to get that ground game that he's looking so much for.
Yeah, the multiple strikes at a time works so much better. Doing one strike and then just jumping out. You really want to make combinations out of these.
And I think that's the only thing that I'd really like to see Reese improve on. He's reacting a bit to some feints, and that's a good job by Ahmad. He's got to make those feints count, though. He's got to use his feints to set up his strikes, use his strikes to set up his wrestling. Obviously turned against the cage again.
Fast takedown, but Reese knew right away and was able to get under it.
And he really looks like he wants that lat drop, but he's smart enough to feel when it might throw him on the bottom and kind of bail. Good head position.
Regal right by his corner now.
I'd like to see him split the hips if he can. If not, he could kick him out and trip the back. That head position is very loose with that whizzer. If he could just shuck it back over, he might be able to take the back.
Yeah, I like the head position, looking right into the temple, right where you want to be if you're in the position where Reese is now.
Yeah, they're in a relatively neutral position right here at the 50-50. Head's in the same position. If I'm Regal, I want to get that head under the chin, and we're back there. It is so important in this high hand win. A good, brief throw to the knees, but he's back up on the feet.
Yeah, Ahmad's really not letting this takedown go.
No, that head's out. And he has the back now. If he could weave that right leg in between the guard, that would be great. Just doing a good job of control, though. Knees to loosen him up. He is strong. He is moving Ahmad around the cage. I'd like to see some knees again. He's got it open. He's got the body lock. He's not in a lot of danger if he's not going to go for the trips here. Let's see him soften him up with some knees. 30 seconds left in our fifth fight of the night. The 185-pound division. 20 seconds. I'd like to see them open up. If you're Ahmad, you have to get a finish, I feel. And if you're Regal Reese, let's put a stamp on this performance.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to bite on the mouthpiece and start letting it fly.
You either got to go out on your shield or carried on it.
Good leg kick there.
Yeah.
Now the combinations are coming from Reese.
Yeah.
Great fight from Reese.
A very calculated performance. Went to a decision. Our first decision for the night.
Yeah, one fight that finally went all three.
And a very, very good performance from
Great
both.
performance from both men.
You can see the experience difference. Constant takedown attempts from both men. Regal Reese.
Looked like a very even fight at first.
Yeah,
both men.
First round, they both had their chances. They both got in on some shots. It looked as the fight went on that Regal Reese was just a bit bigger, a bit faster, and that's sometimes, you put those as well as a wrestling background together. It's hard to beat, especially in amateur. Short rounds, short times. Just got to control them for 3 minutes, and that's what Regal Reese did for 3 straight rounds.
Yeah, strength and durability plays a huge part, especially, like you said, in this amateur scene with the short rounds.
We'll go to the cage once we have our decision, and Tony Sigmund, Eddie Saunders will make this fight official.
All right, Toledo. Hey, let's get loud for both of these warriors tonight.
Again, a sold-out show here at American Fight.
But there can be only one winner. And your winner by way of unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Regal Reese.
Regal Reese with the unanimous decision victory, taking his record to 4 wins, 3 losses. Eddie Saunders for the in-cage interview once we have our victory photo.
One step closer to that pro level, and then maybe next fight we'll see him establish himself at a home gym.
Yes, for those that don't know, Ohio rules do tend to dictate 9 amateur fights, a winning record. So he is now up to his 7th and a
One step
positive
closer.
record. The AFP Ring Girls coming in for our victory photo with our sponsor, Brawl Energy.
Big shout out Mark Coleman.
Mark Coleman, a true pioneer of the sport, Ohio mixed martial arts legend, Ohio wrestling legend, Pride, UFC.
All right, fight fans, I'm here with our winner, Regal, the Lion Reese. So, hey, man, fantastic fight. What a grinder. First 3 round here, man. Was that your plan the whole time?
Yes, it was. Strike him. I knew he was going to shoot the takedown, stuff it, jab him up, teep him to the body. I wish I would have got more takedowns, but it is what it is, you know.
Yes. So how was your training camp leading up to this bout with a game opponent?
Training camp, it was hard as usual. Always got to push yourself, but, you know, every opponent is the same to me, so just got to work hard and do what you got to do. Get a dub.
Well, as a former fighter myself, I know that training by yourself is kind of weird. So I'm assuming you had plenty of people in your gym. Who do you have to thank for your progress tonight?
There's so many people to thank, man. I just thank everybody who trained with me and worked with me and spent extra time with me. Make sure I can be better. Yeah.
And you got better tonight. So, hey, let's let them know how we feel, ladies and gentlemen, for Regal, the Lion Reese.
And I want to give a shout out to Riley. Happy birthday for real. I hope to meet you soon. Thank you.
There you go. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Hey, man. Good job, Regal Reese.